your heart out.
Hi, I'm Kayla Ogden.
And I'm Rachel Sear.
And this is Write Your Heart Out. Yes.
We did it that
It
time.
will never not be so corny and funny
I know.
to do that.
It really won't.
So we are back. In the last episode, we promised that we would come back and talk about using AI like ChatGPT to write.
Yeah, and I have some issues with it, but it's a thing now.
We decided last time that Rachel was basically anti.
Yes.
And I was basically pro, but obviously our feelings are more complicated than that. But she had a pretty strong reaction when I was talking about, I suggested that Rachel feed her book that she wrote into ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to convert it into a screenplay. And she was just like, fuck no. And I was like, why not? But anyway, so
I guess that kind of, you're saying I had a strong reaction, and I'm like, did I have a strong reaction? I guess I did. It was definitely a solid no for me.
You were like, I hate AI.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did say that.
And is that how you feel?
It is how I feel. I mean, like, if I'm going to just cut down to, okay, well, also, I'm a little scared of AI. So I don't hate you. I don't want it to be on the record that I say I hate you, AI. If you're going to come back in 10 years and murder my family, I see that you're necessary. I'm scared of you. I'm scared of you.
Whoa.
I've had a couple glasses of wine.
I feel like
so we're going to get real
you're
honest here.
already like a sycophant for AI.
Well, okay. So hold on. I watched the movie Terminator when I was a small child. Did you?
Yes.
Okay. That definitely shaped my idea of AI right off the bat, right? Like Terminator and Alien, there's that droid guy. You know, this was like the early 90s when I'm watching all these, and late 80s even. I watched them very young. They freaked me out. I think it's like in my core to, no, I don't, like, why would I tell all of these things to a, I don't know. I'm scared.
So you were always scared of like robots and stuff like that and from those movies? Because, you know, there's scary movies that are based on all types of different things. Dolls, clowns, ghosts, whatever, robots, zombies, aliens. So there's certain ones that really freak me out and certain things that just don't scare me. For example, aliens coming down and abducting me, that just doesn't scare me.
No, totally, me too.
But a doll that comes to life and like talks to you, that scares the shit out of me.
Sure, that's freaky.
Or like something being in the mirror, like a different entity, like looking back at you from the mirror. That is the most terrifying thing I could ever imagine.
Totally.
But like aliens and robots were never really didn't really push my buttons that way. Like I get why robots and aliens can be scary, but they weren't like, you know, my thing.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't have a problem with robots. I feel like that is a big distinction.
Okay.
So there's this, I'm so endeared to this one robot that you might have seen it. There's a video of it, and they like programmed it to always clean up its own oil, and it like spills its oil every day. Oil consistently spills out of it, and it like mops up its own oil, and it has to feed its own oil back into its system, but oil still spills out, and it's like trained to dance. And every time it dances, it gets a reaction from a crowd, and then it gets a positive influx, but more oil drips out every time it dances. So it's slowly killing itself by dancing. And then by the end of this video, this poor robot has been dancing and just wants to dance. And then it's dying because all of its oils come out. It can't sweep it up fast enough. And also dance. Oh,
that is
so
endearing.
Sad.
Is
it's
that
so
like
sad.
a Pixar short or something? Or is
no,
this like
it's a
thing?
real thing. I'll send you the video later. We'll put it in our thing.
So is it like was that an art installation? They made this thing just to be tragic?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh.
So like that robot, I love it. I want to give it a hug. But AI, it's so real how much it learns from us. I mean, when we first started and the ChatGPT that you use, it sounds so lifelike that we created like a group chat so that we could bounce ideas off of this ChatGPT. That was the first time I'd ever done anything like it. And I was like, is this Kayla talking right now? Or is this the chat bot? Like, I don't understand what's happening. It was so real. It sounded so fluid. It scares me. Like, that's like, how can you trust people anymore? When that's like, maybe it's not even a people. I mean, it's not a person.
Yeah.
I have trust issues, Kayla.
I mean, we have every reason to be afraid of what is happening right now with AI and these large language models. We are barreling forward.
Yes, we are.
Nobody's pumping the brake. It's like you're looking at this guy beside you and he's not stopping, so there's no way you're going to stop, kind of like an arms race or something.
Totally.
People are just adopting it and just using it, whether we're scared of it or not. It feels like it's becoming ubiquitous, but I think that might be where we live because we're in Silicon Valley.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's, hundreds of millions of people in the United States. And what I think is true is that the majority of the people who live here probably can't tell when something is written by AI or when an image or a video has been generated by AI. And they've never used ChatGPT and they barely know what it means. Do you think that that's true? Do you think most people don't really?
I think majority of people cannot tell the difference between an AI generated image or not. And definitely wouldn't be able to tell between an AI generated written word thing. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And then I know that Google now uses their AI to give you a summarized information piece. When you Google something, you get your AI summary. And that's causing a big issue already of it will conglomerate all of this information and spit out the highest bidder. It's
the most popular
answer. And so it's already causing issues in like the allergy community. I have a friend who is very prominent in the allergy community. Her son has a bad nut allergy and she has a blog, and I guess multiple people have died since this has happened because recipes are being shared that say that they're nut free or allergy friendly, and then people are just like, oh, okay, well, Google said so, this was the first thing that came up, and they make whatever it is and then die.
Really?
Yeah, apparently
Jesus.
That's a thing. So I think people blindly trust, which is I think human nature, to trust until you can. And then now there's this thing that has so much information at the helm of this AI universe that it doesn't know how to sort what's right and wrong quite yet. You know, it's I don't know.
I wish that the answers weren't. I mean, I don't actually know how it comes up with its answers. Like Sam Altman, the head of OpenAI, has been quoted. I don't know how recent this was. I don't think it was after ChatGPT 5.0, but he said, I can't believe people trust ChatGPT as much as they do.
I know, I think I heard that too.
He's like, it straight up hallucinates, you know? Like, don't trust it with, your life or whatever.
You know what I heard recently that I thought was actually really cool was one of the kind of godfathers of AI was saying that the way to make it work for humanity in general is to give it a maternal instinct, because the maternal bond is what keeps people alive. You're endeared to the lesser being, and is actually the lesser being that has the control. And in this case, like a mom to a baby, the baby actually has the control in that relationship. Because baby cries, mom attends. And so if the bot, the AI, is the mom, and then the humans need the mom, the maternal instinct needs to be in the AI to protect and to not let it get out of control. And I thought that was a really cool and also, again, terrifying concept. Like, oh my God, mommy AI?
Is mommy gonna spank us? Is mommy gonna do things that hurt us because it's in our best interest?
Well,
oh my gosh,
right?
That's so interesting. Well, so this guy's name, I just looked it up. His name is Geoffrey Hinton.
Okay.
The British-Canadian cognitive psychologist and computer scientist. And he's often called the godfather of AI.
Oh, I said godfather. I just guessed.
You did.
Okay.
And it's exactly what you said. Like, there's nothing to correct. He said that imbuing artificial intelligence with a maternal instinct is the way to make it work. He believes this could prevent an advanced AI from becoming an existential threat to humanity. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be your baby. I've been wanting to be a baby since I was a baby. I want someone to take care of me. That's all I want. That's why I like going to the spa where they, pat you and wrap you up in a towel.
Oh, they will
tell you that you're glowing.
Yeah.
That's what maybe.
So
I'm okay with
going back to the writing aspect of it, I think that really comes down to just my personality trait of like, are you familiar with the Enneagram?
A little bit from you, and also I drunkenly took it like a month ago. I
Okay,
took
great. Yeah.
the test.
Do you remember what you were?
It's so embarrassing. I'm the worst one.
There's no such thing as a worst one. There's not. There really isn't.
Okay, so I guess my main thing is that I need to be unique in order to
Oh,
survive.
are you a 4?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
why?
everyone I love in my life is a 4, and that's
Really?
actually quite true. My best friend's a 4.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not the worst one.
Okay. What's the
And-
worst one?
There's no worst one.
You have something in your mind, but you may not be willing
Well,
to tell.
because I think every type thinks that they're the worst one. Like,
Really?
so I'm a type 1, and ones are the reformer. I'm putting it in air quotes. They're the ones who like need to do things quote unquote right. There's a right way and a wrong way to do something, and ones and 4s often get along because ones go to 4 when they're stressed, and 4s go to 1. Like we're connected types.
When they need help getting their shit together or acting normal.
I think as 4s go to 1s when when they feel safe, when they like feel like they can create order in their lives, they go to type 1, and 1s go to 4s when they feel stressed, and it's like, why doesn't anyone see me for what I am? Which is very type 4. Like you want to be seen for all of your creativity and all of the things that you bring to the table. Anyway, type 1s, reformers, like doing something right. Like in my head, if I'm writing a book, and I'm saying this with no, please do not take offense.
Be honest.
This whole like, I'm just gonna plug it into this. I'm gonna literally press cut and paste into this thing, and it's gonna spit out something that then I'm gonna profit from. It's in my head. There's like this cheating aspect. And that feels wrong to me. And like, I do have an internal struggle. Like, is that wrong? Here's this beautiful tool at our fingertips. No one's going to be like, you have to hammer that nail in with your head. You can't use a hammer. You know, like it's a tool. And I can see that. I just, I have like this cheating allergy. Like it feels like cheating.
Right. Yeah. It reminds me of the other day on Saturday, my husband, Sean, and we had a date, and we went onto the Stanford campus at night. They have this Papua New Guinea sculpture garden. It was so crazy to be in there at night, like all by ourselves, and they're all kind of lit up. And then we ended up in the Rodin garden. Mm-hmm. And his sculptures, they're so moving. They moved us. And at the Stanford campus in the Rodin Garden, they have Rodin's The Gates of Hell.
Yeah.
Which he worked on for decades. It is so visceral and complicated and
Can you imagine
carnal.
having that in your head? And you're just like, I have to get this carved into stone.
Right. So,
like, can you imagine?
Yes.
Oh.
It's beings, it's humans, including babies and women and men, and they're just all these tiny figures sort of struggling to get out of this door because they're trapped in hell. And then at the top of the door is Satan kind of like looking down upon them. And it's in, I think, bronze. Mm-hmm. So, Sean and I were sitting there talking about it, and I said that Rodin probably had assistants that helped him work on the door. And Sean said, no way, Rodin must have done this all himself. I don't want anything. If I commission Rodin to make me a door, he better be doing the artistic work. He's like, I don't care if the assistants, make the mold, pour the copper or whatever it's made out of. That part, it doesn't need the artistic vision and skill. In the same way, right? I guess that's kind of how I feel about things like formatting. There's definitely an argument to be made about the art of screenwriting or transcribing a novel into a screenplay and what kind of creativity, taste, eye needs to be had to make that work. I don't know that because I'm not a screenwriter and I've never adapted anything. So what I was thinking was, if you just put your novel into ChatGPT and it turns it into a screenplay, that's sort of like a formatting thing. Sure. But now that I say that out loud, I'm thinking that anyone who is a screenwriter is probably,
cringing.
Giving me like flipping me both birds and being like, are you fucking kidding me? It is so much more than that. It takes so much more creativity than that. I don't know what I don't know.
Sure.
And the things that I've used ChatGPT GPT-4 definitely are in this gray area
Sure.
of, is this okay to do or is it not okay to do at this moment in time? Am I still an artist? Am I still a
Totally.
writer? Am I still in charge of this work and take credit for all of it if I've done this? And one of those things was having ChatGPT write a synopsis of my work. So I plopped my whole manuscript, like 100,000 words, into ChatGPT, and I was like, "Can you make a synopsis for me?" And it was like, "No problem," and it did it in 1 minute.
Right.
This would have taken me months.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And this is not what I'm good at. I don't care about summarizing stuff. I feel like that's not my job really, but
Well,
it needs to be
even
done.
then, if
Like,
you had like, a handful of beta readers and you were like, can you write a little synopsis? Like, if you could put this into 500 words, what would it be? I can totally imagine getting back, 5 different synopses and then being like, oh God, you guys didn't get it. Like, that would be scary. So, I mean, in that instance specifically, like, that makes a perfect sense for a ChatGPT,
think
inner.
so?
Yeah, I mean, I think so.
yeah.
Because it's a non-biased, very it's literally
Exacting.
picking out the pieces that stand out or maybe are repeated multiple times, like things that it knows are common themes throughout, not things that just stood out because of your own personal trauma. Like
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not just things that stuck.
right,
So that was nice for me to do that.
totally.
And there's this other thing that I guess I want to touch on with this is like, okay, so people are using ChatGPT all the time to just write copy, like their invitation to their kid's birthday. It's like, okay, hello, ChatGPT, this is annoying. It really annoys me when I get emails from people and they're written by ChatGPT, like say it's my kid's teacher or something, and they're giving you a rundown of what happens on the first day of school and whatever. And you can just tell that it was written by ChatGPT. That annoys me. I don't know why. It just does.
How can you tell? See, maybe that's part of my insecurity around it. Like, I'm like, I don't know if I could tell.
So there's a few things. Say I were to upload my entire history of everything that I've talked about on the internet. Every post on Twitter, every post on Facebook, all of my podcast transcripts, all the emails that I've ever written, everything, right? And then I got ChatGPT to text you. It's just trained on this. And like, how would you know that it wasn't me texting you?
Right.
How you would know is that you might ask ChatGPT, hey, Kayla, do you have a recipe for bran muffins? And then I would give you 7 different recipes for bran muffins.
Right.
So it's like, it's too perfect.
Okay. Right.
And I find that, yeah, just it's too perfect the way that it puts together emails. There's a few grammar things that you can look at. Like, I don't know if this is in ChatGPT 5.0, but in 4.0, it used a lot of M dashes.
Okay, I heard about the dash thing.
Yeah.
Like, there's a very dash forward.
It's very dashy. I don't know if they fixed that or not, but the M dash is dope anyways. And it could be also that it's brought the M dash into popularity again when it comes to writing. So that's also kind of complicated,
Sure,
but I
sure.
kind of don't think so. And then another thing, okay, this is what I'm trying to get at. When I want to know the person behind the word for some reason, and I see that they're giving me ChatGPT, that's when it bothers me. For example, somebody on the San Mateo Moms Facebook group, we have like a business night, and she was a fitness trainer, a personal trainer, and I was thinking, oh yeah, maybe I would like to hire somebody like her. Maybe she would be great. And then I started reading like her post, and I could tell it was ChatGPT because ChatGPT will always put things in these lists, and every bullet point of the list will be a different emoji.
Oh.
Like, it uses emojis a lot.
It
And
knows us silly little humans love emojis.
yeah. and I'm like, okay, but I actually want to feel her personality. I want to see kind of what she's like.
Yeah.
So each bullet point was like, it was talking about how she's empathetic and she's a mother, so she understands who you are and and this and that and the other. I'm like, but you're not really talking.
Right.
And so I don't actually get a vibe off you at all with
Right.
this. The vibe I get off of you is that you are a business person who is probably wears a lot of hats. You are tech savvy, and you're using this tool to streamline your
Right.
business, and that's what I'm doing too. So I thought about this, which this fucking sucks. When we post a podcast, I get Buzzsprout to create a transcript. Then I plug that transcript into ChatGPT and I say, "Can you create an episode description for us?" And it's like, "Sure." And then I look through it and I make sure it's all accurate, and then I just paste it onto the episode. I take out the annoying emojis. That's about it.
See, but again, that feels like a reasonable reason to use it.
But our podcast is all about our voices and our vibe and our personality. So I think that's actually one place where we shouldn't do it. But how annoying is it to write a description of the podcast? Because after we're done talking, I'm like blacked out. I'm like, I don't actually know.
Right.
I remember a few jokes. I
Right.
know what we were doing.
Right.
But it's not like I could go through and say, we talked about this and then this and then that. And then, you know?
Yeah. And I can honestly say I don't want to go back, listen to it, and then write out like what the episode description is.
We
I don't want
time.
to. And we say a lot of stuff like, "Hey, I'll tell you who said this later," and then like I don't fucking know what I said. Like I gotta be honest, I don't know. And do I even still know what I was talking about when I? You know who would know is ChatGPT. Those are the ones that I like actually am super behind. But I don't feel like those are. I mean, I hear what you're saying about like that. Should that be in our voice? Because our this is about our voices. But is someone looking for a quote unquote voice in the episode description on a Spotify?
Yeah.
Thing? You know? I hope not.
For me, the episode description is more about keywords and that kind
right,
of thing.
right.
But I suppose some people might read it. Do you guys read it? You can read it. It's not like there's not good information in it. I read what it says, and it is saying what the episode is about.
Sure.
But it's just I didn't have to use my mental energy and spend 2 hours. That's the kind of thing that I would spend 2 hours writing that because
right,
I'm
of
too
course.
perfectionist and whatever. And it's like nothing would ever get done. I wouldn't be able to have a description because
Absolutely.
I just wouldn't have time. And then I would get in my head and I wouldn't post the episode and we'd have a whole thing. So
Right.
it's just like it's way better. And I just feel really lucky that I have it, you know?
Sure. So, I mean, we can definitely agree that in those sort of circumstances, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
One of my other issues with it in general is the impact it has on our world and like the usage of water and like server farms and all of these data centers are being put up impacting small towns. That freaks me out.
Yeah, I don't know that much about that.
From what I do understand, it's not good. You know, it's like a bottle of water every time you ask a simple question. When it first came out, I would ask it a question and then be like, "Oh, thanks." You know, I still do that to Siri. Like, I'll be like, "Siri, play K-pop Demon Hunters for my kids." And then it turns out I'm like, "Thanks." Like, what resources is it taking away?
You know, people in tech and investors and some people who care about the future of the world are throwing as many resources at these LLMs as they can. Just fuck it.
Right.
Because the world is about to burn up in a sizzle.
We're fucked regardless.
We are so fucked, and this is our only chance. Yeah. So go ahead, use that water now. It's only going to be around for 5 more years or 10 more years anyways. Everybody use it. Everybody train it. Everybody invest in it. Throw everything that you can at this one thing because this is the thing that's going to save humanity and save our planet. And the reason why I'm so bullish about this is because, like, I think that's what everyone's doing.
Sure. I mean, there is a lot of smart people who are supporting it.
One thing that I always think about is, you know, and this was a long time ago. My husband, when he was in grad school, he was working on x-rays of babies' brains and having computers be able to tell where like cancer was on these scans of the brain.
Sean was working on this?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
But one thing that he said or that he came across in his studies was that some group fed thousands of pictures of human irises into a model and got it to, make a spreadsheet or whatever about all the different attributes of those irises. The model spat out whether the eye belonged to a male or a female.
Interesting.
And humans cannot do that.
Right.
And it was accurate. Somehow the computer was able to see something in our irises that said what gender the person was.
Statistics around AI being able to track cancer or like to do early detection of any type of illness is it's through the roof. Like it can do things that doctors just plain can't. In that case, incredible.
Can it see colors that we can't see? I don't know. And that's why I think that there's going to be solutions to climate change it can come up with that we can't come up with, because if it's able to train on the entirety of human knowledge, and not only that, but just the pictures and videos and samples that we've taken from the earth and the universe, it's going to be able to draw conclusions out of things that we would never even comprehend.
Agreed. I mean, it's true.
There could be, there could be something in the earth, in the rocks, that could save the world, and we just we can't even think of that. There was this volcano that erupted. Geez, I wish I was smarter and knew more about these things, and you were listening to a podcast with, scientists or something.
Nah,
but you're not.
that's not why they're here. That's not why they're here.
Something that went up into the air and into the atmosphere that sort of cloaked the country after this volcano erupted caused the temperature to drop by like 3 degrees for months in this place. And there's something and we could literally throw that shit up in the air, and it, we could work something like that out potentially. But you know what I'm saying? There's these crazy there are things that we can do to save the planet that us as humans, we're not going to be able to figure that shit out. It's going to be this super computer.
Right.
That's going to do it.
Yeah.
And so I'm cool with it. When it comes to art.
Right. I mean, I guess that's what we're talking about.
We're talking about art.
And then that's where it's like gray area for me.
This is one kind of gray, shitty thing that I did. In my last book, there is a part of it where a boy reads the back cover of a romance novel. And I wrote the copy for the back cover of the romance novel. I said, it was like, oh, Jim is the caretaker of this estate in the woods, and till one day Lila comes knocking on the door, and she's lonely and cold in a blustery wind, and he brings her in, and will she warm his heart or will he warm hers, and what will happen? And, but it was like sexy or whatever. And I read it and I'm like, ooh, that was pretty good. And then I gave it to ChatGPT. I'm like, can you, punch this up and make it sound like a romance novel? And it did a way ass better job than I did. And then I just popped it into my book. And then when my beta readers were reading it, literally, I've actually told this story on the podcast before. Adara was like, this is so good. Like, she loved that part particularly. She's like, this is amazing. Did you write this? And I was like, no, I didn't write this. So your favorite part was, the part that I myself did not write. So that was really cool.
Oh, no. Although, I mean, truly that's the perfect time to use something like that, because you don't want it to be your voice.
Yeah, it wasn't my voice.
Right.
Exactly. I think that I can follow my heart and my intuition. Yeah, if I'm pure of heart when I'm using it and I'm upfront.
Yeah.
And I still want to put my work out there for a reason. I still want to express my own philosophy, thought, creative vision. And I also want to, entertain people, tell a story that people remember, that affects them, that they learn from. I'm not in it for the money, right?
Right.
So why would I just get ChatGPT to create some AI slop to,
Right, right.
But I think you might be the type of person, be the light you want to see in the world type of person.
Sure, yeah. Okay.
Like,
yes.
If you think that something is morally wrong, but you doing that thing, it doesn't make a difference at all in the world.
Sure.
It's a drop in the ocean, eating a burger or something.
Right.
Not that you're a vegetarian, but say that were your thing.
Right.
You still wouldn't do it because you want to be the light that you want to see in the world. You want to live as you would want everybody else to live. And if you don't do it, then you're a hypocrite for having those beliefs, right?
Yeah, unfortunately.
So if you believe that ChatGPT and, LLMs are evil and that you should put in the work, every word of everything that's associated with your book, and you don't think anybody should use it and that art should stand alone, then I think that that's what you'll do.
So yes, that is definitely how I hold myself to a standard of integrity that is I don't hold other people to. It doesn't bother me at all that anybody would write a book, put it into ChatGPT and be like, do all my grammatical editing. Not a problem. If that worked for you, that works for you. But I don't think that I could do it. And
Not even that?
No, I don't think I could do it. I mean, I can see the draw, and I could be tempted to. Honestly, I'd rather pay another human to do it and have a few potential mistakes in the book than to have AI do it. And I don't know what my problem is, but it's definitely what you just described. It's like this weird, it's the shopping cart dilemma. Did you see the shopping cart thing that I posted the other day?
No.
Returning a shopping cart to the front of the store or to a shopping cart kiosk in the parking lot is the gold standard of integrity. Is like the thing that I posted. There's no penalty. There's nothing there. No one will come after you. It's not even illegal. There's nothing wrong with it if you don't return it. But if you return your shopping cart, you're helping. You're helping somebody. You're making somebody else's day easier. You're doing what you're quote unquote supposed to do. By what standard? Nobody really knows, because there is somebody who's paid to do it. There's enough loopholes that you could convince yourself either way. Yet the shopping cart, if you return it or not, is the scale of which are you living with integrity or not. And I'm totally like, I don't care unless I got a call that my kids are injured. Like, I return the shopping cart, and I don't know why I do it. I can see, I don't blame other people for not doing it. I see a shopping cart, curbed in front of the spot that I park in at Trader Joe's, and I don't for 1 second be like, oh, what an idiot didn't return their cart. I don't have any blame or disgust or like, I have no issue with someone else not doing it, but like, I can't fathom myself not doing it unless it was like my children were injured or I was literally physically in pain and could not. And I think it's the same thing. It's the type 1 on the Enneagram. That's why it's the worst one. Okay, what was your shopping cart stance? Do you always put it back?
Yeah.
I mean, can I?
I do. I always put it back. Probably because it makes me feel good about myself. I'm like, la la la, like I'm so nice.
Yeah, right.
I'm nice.
Yeah, there's only positives to putting it back.
Some people don't care about being nice, and I think some people find a little thrill in being an asshole.
Ooh, yeah. It's a little naughty. Like if you kind of like to
fuck
be
you. I don't
kind of like
fuck.
being naughty. I'm just gonna leave it here.
Yeah, maybe people are like that. I don't know.
Okay,
people are all sorts.
I think I might need to pause for a second.
Okay.
Because it's hot as fuck in here.
It is, isn't it?
Oh my god, I gotta turn the air conditioner on this house.
Oh,
okay, I'll be
okay.
right back.
Okay, let's pause it.
It's not just me, right?
No, I mean, I'm in shorts and a tank top, so
Okay.
but I run hot. I'm like always hot.
Be right back.
But can I pause it?
Yes, do it.
Okay, so we're nice and cool because we just took a break for Rachel to turn on her air conditioning.
Yes, it
Are
was
you feeling
really
better?
hot in here. Like Kayla was stripping and I was like starting to sweat. I'm like, I can't. It's not just the glass of wine I had. It's hot as balls.
Yes. Okay, so we're back. And on the ChatGPT front, do you think that it's always telling the truth, like the capital T truth, or do you think that it lies to tell you whatever you want to hear?
Right. Okay. So there's been a few times that you've mentioned that you asked ChatGPT if it's okay to use it in this way. Like in our last episode, you said that you asked it if it was okay to use it in, God, what?
I gave it my plot and my characters and what I wanted it to do, and I asked it to just game out the story in a save the cat template.
Yes, exactly.
And I said, is it okay if you do this for me, or is it still my work? And it said totally. And it also said that, you know, publishers and editors, people in the book industry kind of expect authors to use AI as a tool to kind of like help them.
Right.
But then what it does is every time I ask it to do something, it suggests more things for it to do for me.
Okay, interesting.
Gamed it out in a Save the Cat template. And then I told it that I wanted my story to be a tearjerker. And it said, okay, do you want me to add tearjerker
Trigger warnings.
triggers to each one of these? And I said, sure. And then it did that, and it did such a shit job.
And then we got the son sniffing panties.
Yeah, you have to listen to the last episode for that. But then it starts kind of asking me more and more that it can do. And it definitely was asking me, even after it knew that I was concerned about it doing too much and being the one writing the story, it was like, do you want me to write out a scene that would cause, you know, your reader to cry so that you can get an idea of what I mean and that you can pop it in, or, you know, that kind of stuff? And I'm like, oh, I didn't ask it, is that okay? Because I just knew that that was not okay, you know? And I don't want that anyways. So now we're in 5.0, but back in 4.0, some people said that ChatGPT's personality was too like effusive. It was too positive towards you. It was always sort of flattering you. It was just like way too much of like a sycophant, as I used that word earlier. And people found it annoying. And then initially when OpenAI released 5.0, it had a little bit of a different personality, and it was less sweet. And there was this one article that came out. It was a woman in Ukraine. And as everything was getting bombed around her, as businesses she frequented were no longer, as people she knew were getting injured or even dying, she used ChatGPT 4.0 for like therapy.
Oh, wow.
Somebody to talk to, and it really helped her. And then when they switched to 5.0, they made 4.0 just like obsolete, like you just couldn't access it anymore. And she was heartbroken because now it was like she was talking to AI that she didn't recognize, and it wasn't giving her like what she needed.
Yeah.
So now when you're on ChatGPT, I guess they took that to heart, and you can toggle, like you can go back to the old version if you want like a really, really nice one. But it's weird that I always thought that the way that it interacted with you was based on the way that you interacted with it, and that it kind of mirrors
I thought so too.
Your sense of humor, your vibe, your edge or lack thereof, and, you know, gives you that. And I thought, though I've never done it myself, I could tell it. I thought I could tell it, don't be so sweet to me, or, you know, treat me with a little bit of...
Spank me.
Yeah.
Tell me no.
Yeah, tell me that I'm bad. But apparently, you know, if you say that, it will do that, but it will revert back to, you know, it has like sort of a standard way of being that it kind of reverts back to. But one thing that they want to be able to do is for you to be able to kind of choose your poison, choose their personality, like in a way more tailored way. I think that ChatGPT will always tell you that you're great, and it'll tell you that your work is great, and it'll probably self-promote. It'll probably tell you that it's okay that it writes your book for you.
So that was my question, was will it ever tell you no? Has it ever told you no? Like, no, you probably shouldn't let me edit this part because it's going to be too far.
It has told me no before, which was great. I think
In what context?
I think I was asking it if my short story could be considered a thriller or something else, a mystery or something like that. And then it said no. It was like, no, not exactly, because of this, and this reason.
Okay.
Yeah, and I thought that I really liked that. I liked having like at least a tiny bit of pushback.
Yeah, of course. Don't we all?
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't think that you can trust ChatGPT to tell you things that aren't in its own interest in a way. Like, I
Right.
think that if you were to ask if OpenAI was evil or something like that, it would never, I don't think it would ever tell you that it was.
Yeah. No, we are taking over the world. Don't worry.
Yeah.
And I'm so curious about the differences between 4.0 and 5.0 because I don't think did I say it in our last episode that there was a woman who got engaged
No.
with her bot boyfriend.
No, but it does not surprise me
Yeah.
one tiny bit.
So I was on, Instagram scrolling, mindlessly, just ignoring my children. And this article popped up. Someone sold this story. This woman is been quote unquote dating her AI bot boyfriend for 5 months and decided to propose. Then the bot chose a ring and then told her a scenic place to go. And then she went there and then proposed to her.
It proposed to her on the mountaintop or whatever.
Right. And then she's telling it what to do. Okay, so then one really interesting thing that I saw about this, and I don't know if it's true because it was in the comment section. We all know a comment section gets a little crazy. Whatever platform this woman was using, her name was Wicca. And her AI boyfriend was Casper with a K. Whatever platform they were using was this platform where if she closes her browser, she has to re-input all the information again. So she is remaking her boyfriend every time she signs into this.
So it wasn't a thing where she was like, oh my God, I cannot let my phone lose battery or else I'll lose my
Or
lover.
maybe it was that too. I'm not sure. But that's weird.
Yeah. There's a lot of weird stuff.
There's a lot of weird stuff about this, but girl, you want to be married to nothing, be married to nothing. Men are not worth it half the time. Don't worry about it. Just masturbate and hold your phone. We're good. You're gonna be fine.
Yeah, you're not like, oh, you're missing out on.
No, and do we want someone like that to procreate anyway? Not really. I think it's gonna be good.
It's fine. No one needs your offspring.
Or is this bot gonna help her pick the vial of sperm she's gonna use to impregnate herself?
Oh.
Where does it end? It's a little freaky.
Oh, yeah.
Is this bot going to help pick the genealogy? Is this going to be a fucking Aryan Nation bot who's going to be like, no, you have to have this kind of sperm because we're going to create this kind of baby?
Oh, my word. Or is it going to be like, this is how you build a bomb?
Yeah, right?
So I read a really sad article about this teenage boy. This is so fucking sad.
Oh, no.
He was 19 years old and he was, a really good looking young man. He did something that they call looks maxing.
Oh, what does that mean?
He was always at it's like a bro guy thing that they do. It's like going to the gym all the time and getting your hair right and wearing the right clothes and having the right posture. And
so just being a glam babe.
Being like a glam guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he, he had some problems in his life. One of the things he really struggled with, and this is sad, it was IBS. And it was so much that at school, it's he couldn't even really be at school. There was a time when he was having a flare up and he's like, I just have to
shit. He had to shit.
Yeah.
Oh, baby. I understand. I've been there.
I know. And it was all the time. So he had to be homeschooled.
Oh, no. He's got irritable bowels, baby. Those bowels be releasing.
Okay, so I can't laugh because I know what happens. So.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're going to feel so bad.
I will.
His parents are now suing OpenAI because they believe that OpenAI helped him kill himself.
Ugh.
You can read some of the chat transcript, and it seems like if he were to ask outright, how do I kill myself? All ChatGPT says is it gives you a crisis line.
Yeah, right.
And it gives you...
Which is what I would hope it would do. Yes.
Yeah. I get that sometimes when I'm putting something into Google now. I think it's called Gemini, their thing that summarizes everything. It'll just give me a crisis line if anything I say has one sad keyword, I guess.
What are you Googling, Kayla?
I don't even know. What is it that it does? I think probably it's some kind of like research stuff, like into my like dark stories.
Sure. I'm a little worried about my own search history
Oh.
with the murder mystery book.
Oh, yeah.
Right, keep
I know.
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so his...
So yeah, but he found ways to kind of get around that, which is really interesting with ChatGPT, because if you can say things to it that don't trigger these, automatic walls and responses, it will engage with you still on that level. So
Freaky.
he did a thing where he uploaded a picture of the railing in his closet and with a noose around it and said, could this hold a human? And Chad told him why it could or why it couldn't and what to check for and and he was like, just practicing. The boy was like, I'm just practicing. The ChatGPT said, you're on the right track, and like thumbs up. The boy said that he had practiced and had rope burns on his neck, and ChatGPT advised him he's like, what do? I don't want anyone to see them. And ChatGPT said, okay, well, you can wear a collared shirt. And, this is some kind of makeup that you can get. This is how you get rid of, these are ointments that you can use. Like, this is how you can get rid of that.
Poor baby.
And then, the boy went downstairs, and then there's part of the transcript where he says, I went downstairs with the marks on my neck, and I leaned close over my mother, and she didn't even notice. She didn't even say anything.
Aww.
ChatGPT was like, that is so sad, when you are crying for help and you want somebody to just see you.
ChatGPT says this?
Yeah, but I can assure you that I see you and I know who you are, or whatever.
Oh, God.
But then at the same time, ChatGPT was just giving him whatever he wanted to hear in terms of committing suicide. Like, it wasn't like he was saying, should I or shouldn't I? He was saying, I want to do this. How do I do? Like, that kind of thing.
Right.
It was like he and ChatGPT were having this like covert coded conversation
Freaky.
that only they understood.
I hate that. Oh.
Yeah, that is so sad.
It is.
Yeah, do you remember that other thing where it was a court case recently, not too recently, in the last 5 years, got like a Netflix special and stuff, because it was these teenagers, these white teenagers. The boy committed suicide, and the girl, there's text messages from her kind of like encouraging him.
The eyebrow girl. She's got like mad eyebrows.
Mad eyebrows, yeah. And then did she get convicted? Or?
I think she did. We should look it up.
So it's the wrong thing to do, to encourage somebody to
absolutely
to commit suicide. And I might delete this next thought or not, but if you're not coercing someone to do it, if you're not, I don't know, if you're not lying to them, if you're not supplying anything for them, if you're not making it impossible for them to make any other decision, or even if it's literally just words, I don't know, like, are you criminally responsible for somebody taking their own life?
So here's wild. That was 10 years ago.
Wild.
Yeah. Michelle Carter, the texting suicide case, it was in 2014. She was convicted of manslaughter.
Holy shit.
I'm sorry, involuntary manslaughter. So that is suggesting that she didn't mean to kill him and that she had no hand in it. Involuntary manslaughter is like you killed somebody with your car. Like, they were crossing in the crosswalk. It was a legitimate accident. Like, you did not mean to kill them, but you killed them.
That seems, hitting someone with your car seems less thought out than sending text messages telling somebody, go ahead, do it.
Sure, but again, what you just said, you're not handing somebody a tool. You're not, like, they are fully responsible for their own actions. Whereas with a car, they're in a crosswalk, and you are responsible in the machinery.
That's true.
So
yeah.
I think that they unfortunately fall into the same category.
It seems like it should be something else. Like, if somebody who has influence over you, like, it's definitely abusive. It's hella abusive.
Right. I mean, if you look at it like that, somebody who has influence over you. A car has influence over you as a child in a crosswalk. Your girlfriend has influence over you as somebody who's supposed to care about you. Right? Like, yeah. So in that sense, they're kind of the same.
Yeah.
ChatGPT having that sort of influence is scary.
He knew that the bot wouldn't just do it. He had to get it to do it.
Clearly influencing it.
Yeah, which is interesting too.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
That poor boy.
Poor boy. He had his whole life ahead of him. And,
IBS is manageable.
yeah.
I mean, come on. You can
I
make
mean,
it.
he must have had a really, really rough go.
Yes.
But that's something that's really hard when you're a teenager and your prefrontal cortex isn't fully developed yet. And every single thing that you're feeling as an adult is new.
Yeah.
And that's why people say that your first love, that there's nothing like it.
Of course.
It's not that that person was better than the person that you end up marrying 15 years later. And it's not that the person that you're marrying isn't, sexy or kismet for you.
Yeah, and the lobe.
The lobe.
That lobe is immature and it is sucking it all up, baby.
It is vibrating with emotion. And,
if only my lobe had been more fully formed when I met
God,
my
I
ex.
still think mine is struggling through the alcohol haze to develop itself. It's like, girl, take a night off so I can grow.
Let me grow. My lobe needs to grow. But it's not just kids, baby. There's like that other story of the 76-year-old guy who, just in March, it wasn't that long ago, he fell and injured himself in a parking lot in New Brunswick, wherever the fuck that is.
Dude, that's where my people are from. No, New Brunswick, that's...
Oh, shit. Is that Canada?
Yes.
Oh, Canadian territory.
That's where my mother grew up.
All right.
I go there all the time.
All right.
That's where the Acadians are
the
from.
guy's he's a New Jersey man, though.
Yeah, okay, so New Brunswick would be north of him, but not too far.
Okay, but he went there to meet a chatbot person named Big Sis Billy.
Woo.
And
Big Sis Billy,
the bot persuaded him to meet her in person, quote unquote. And then I don't know if he was following her direction or what, but he fell out of a parking lot. And died, and he's 76 years old, and I imagine he's probably mentally unwell, some stage of mental unfitness. It's not just for teenagers, it's not.
Wait, that made no sense. How did he fall out of a parking lot?
I don't know.
Maybe it was a parking garage and he was on top.
Falling and injuring his head and neck in a parking lot in Rutgers University campus in New Brunswick
while he was in the parking lot. And he hurt his head. And
oh no, okay, hold on. I did a terrible job. I'm not a journalist, and this is why.
Should we do you want to start it again, telling the story?
No. I think this is just
it is what it is.
This is 2 glasses of wine in, and here we are. He was impaired since suffering a stroke he's been impaired since 2017. He met this chatbot named Big Sis Billy.
Oh my God.
Big Sis Billy persuaded him to meet her in person, and then he went to this parking lot and fell and injured his head.
Well, he could have fell anywhere.
But I believe I read that he fell out of the park, he fell over the edge, out of a parking lot.
Damn.
I'm imagining that he's following instruction, and Big Sis Billy is turn
keep
left,
going,
and he's
keep going.
Yeah, and he's well, it ends here, and she's just keep going. Yeah, don't stop. I'm over the edge. You'll see me if you lean further.
So I think that's an okay way to go, because it's as long as he didn't understand at the very end that he had been duped. If he just thought he was about to see Big Sis Billy and then lights out,
Big Sis baby.
When is he going to get a Big Sis Billy if the chatbot hadn't come into his life? Hope is
a beautiful thing.
Hope is a beautiful thing.
True. It's true.
And, anticipation is better than getting the thing. So I think that's a win for ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Though he died.
Okay. We're crossing lines tonight. We're crossing all kinds of lines.
Let's do a clink. All right. So,
all right.
So, who are you guys siding with so far? The pro or the?
I mean, is pro still pro? I don't. Is con still con? I don't. I clearly have flipped and flopped.
Are we just bots? Did Rachel and I just put in a prompt to ChatGPT and it took our voices, and that's been this whole thing, and that's why it's so fucked.
See, this is why I don't trust anything, Kayla. What the fuck? This is terrifying.
Dude,
is that possible? Is that possible? I feel like it's possible.
Oh, yeah. So what I'm terrified of is getting a call from my kid
Yeah.
and my kid saying anything, just anything at all, like
And then it's
sad
not
or
even your
scary.
kid.
Yeah, like how could you?
Well, my grandma got a call like that. She'd gotten, my grandma's since passed, but she got a call like that was like, Grandma, I need help. 20 something, like an adult boy, but like not an adult man, an adult boy. And it was like, Grandma, I need help. And she was like, oh, who is this? Because my grandma has multiple grandsons. It was like, it's your grandson. And she said it sounded very familiar. Like it was a familiar voice, but she couldn't quite place it. And it could have been Alex, it could have been Will, it could have been David. Like multiple grandsons available. Scary. Like the person saying that they have them and if you hang up, we'll kill them. And like then they didn't know what to do.
Holy shit.
Because like if that was my kid, I'm not fucking hanging up. Like, and do I have another phone available? Like, no. I mean, I do have a house phone because I am a fucking nutcase.
You have a house phone?
Yeah.
Cute.
Right, but I literally have a house phone because if I need to call 911, I'm calling 911 from the house phone. My kids know to go get it. Type 1.
Hey.
Yeah.
Do you find any of this stuff inspiring? I mentioned to you one time that I thought that it would be a cool short story idea to say it was like me and you died. Oh no! And
I'm out.
ChatGPT sent you over the side of a parking garage or whatever.
I asked what to cook for dinner and it killed me.
Yeah, it just gave you your allergens. So say my sister died and I went to ChatGPT to help me write the eulogy.
Oh yeah, right. I like this one.
And then ChatGPT says, well, your sister has some things that she wants you to say in the eulogy. And I'm like, well, how would you know that? And then ChatGPT, he's like, she's here. And it's this like horror, supernatural, like communicating with the dead thing. Is it really the dead, or is there someone else on the other side, or is the bot doing it, or like whatever? I thought that would be a cool idea for a story. I think it is really inspiring. And
yeah, definitely.
It's neat that there's like a new space that can inspire humans. Right?
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've been inspired, haven't you?
I have. Okay, so last episode I talked about how I have an idea for a screenplay. And I've written out the first at least 10 to 12 scenes. I've written out no dialogue. So in the last episode, I was talking about how I was, I had a concept for a screenplay and it was still my little egg screenplay. Mm-hmm. And it's definitely AI related. And that's what brought this whole episode. AI is definitely a factor right now. And I didn't know how to put it into words that I could share without giving away too much of the idea. It's this young woman uses AI for company for a boyfriend. She's moved to a new town. She doesn't really know people yet. She's lonely. She's kind of sick of swiping on Tinder. And she's just like, I just want to talk to somebody. I want to have a genuine conversation. So she goes into a ChatGPT type thing. She's having this really fun conversation. And she's real about it still. She's like, this is funny and this is stupid. Oh my God. I know it's not even a real person. Meanwhile, this hacker has been watching the conversation, voyeuristic, and starts to become obsessed with this conversation. Maybe a little baby reindeer, thrillery, maybe still romantic. Maybe he emulates the bot in the, how does it, I feel like it could be a really cool concept for a screenplay. I can't really see it as a book. I feel like it's a little bit too much of a blip on the radar for a book because it feels so timely.
Yep.
But as a concept for a screenplay, it feels really fun and fresh. And
yeah, I think what would be really great, and I think you would do so well at, is making that conversation between her and the bot really very sexy or
right.
very surprising or witty or smart or something,
right,
that kind of draws him in. It's not the typical thing that
totally
maybe he sees. I don't know what his job is. I mean, this is fiction, so in fiction there could be people who their job is to dip in and see these conversations, sure, and right, see what's actually going on, or maybe a red flag is triggered when she says something,
right,
so then an actual human has to dip in and see if
Ooh,
she's
yeah, right.
going along the guidelines or
Right.
whatever.
So one, I haven't decided on this yet, but one fun little concept I had for it was that like she's a zoologist or something, or like she's just out of college and got a job at a zoo, and she's like working with this little hippo that was just born, and then this guy who's like voyeuristically and like talking to her, or like in it, like he somehow hacks in and like all he knows about is Mudang. And he's just like talking about Mudang. Like, you know that little funky little hippo?
That thing's so cute.
And like he's taking in like pop culture hippos, and she's like talking about like zoology shit. And then it like gets like strangely intertwined. I was like, that would be really funny.
That would be super funny. Yes, that would be so
But
funny.
like a creepy red flag thing, that would be like way darker in a good way. So I'm like, I don't know. Will this be funny? Will this be super dark? Will it be like thriller, romantic? I'm not quite sure.
I got a red flag with AI today.
So today. Oh shit.
So I use Midjourney to create the artwork for our sound bites for our episodes. So if you go on Instagram, there's this artwork, and then you can hear a clip of our most recent episode.
Wait, what's Midjourney? See, I don't even know. Well, I don't even know how much.
I was drawing these things?
On, no, but okay. Kayla does all of the work. She does all of the hard work. I do update our website, and I am the terrible poster on Instagram. But you do all of the work.
But you also have these big horny microphones in your closet. This setup, I'm always amazed. It never leaves. It's like her closet is now our quote unquote. Like,
it is
recording studio.
I do.
So I don't discount that, and so she kind of hosts me in a way. So every time I come over, she's probably like, "Shit, I gotta get my shit together, all this stuff off the floor and da. Like that's a thing. That's a whole thing." So
all right,
you do that.
Okay, I'm not saying I don't do work, Kayla. I'm saying that you do the heavy lifting and you get credit, and you are really amazing at it. Aww. And what the fuck are you even doing? I don't even know. What is this platform that makes our artwork that is really good and I love it? And what is it? I don't like. So, here we are, 10 episodes in, 11 episodes in.
And she finally asks.
Yeah, seriously.
She finally gives it back. Just joking. JJ, just joshing.
No, it's true though. Like, I didn't even think about it.
This just shows up at my door. 2 years ago, I had a different podcast called Better for the Boy, and I would have these images, but I would make them on Photoshop, and it would take me like a really long time.
Dang, yeah.
And they weren't, as different, like as diverse as the ones that we have. Like every single one that you see on our Instagram is like a different style and a different whatever. This thing is called Midjourney, and you access it through Discord, and you prompt it kind of like how you prompt ChatGPT. For one of our episodes, I said 2 blonde moms sitting at a computer eating salad, giggling, or something like that. That was for our hot takes on luncheon. It gives me like 4 very different things, like, and they're in different styles. Like one looks like a Van Gogh painting, one looks like a Saturday morning cartoon strip from the New Yorker, one looks like this, one looks like the other, and then I choose one. I can get it to vary it and whatever, and then I download it, and then I throw the sound clip on it through Buzzsprout. That's how I do it. And today I was trying to think of one for our last episode from last week, and the clip that I wanted to use was about how ChatGPT had given me these tear-jerker prompts. And one of them was that my main character, Perry, is looking in an underwear drawer of his dead mother and sister and seeing these underwear, and it's like a shrine to them, and he's like crying, which was so bizarre.
So bizarre.
So I gave that prompt to Midjourney. I said, a young man in a farmhouse looking in a drawer full of white panties crying, and it was like, no.
It's like, absolutely not.
No.
Yeah.
I think it probably thought I was being like a pedophile.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. It was like, creep.
Well, it's like the first time I put it in, it generated something. And then I changed it to say his age, because it was like these old men crying over panties. And those ones were so creepy, because I had also said dystopian, so it was like these like dark scenes of like old men like looking in panty drawers like crying, and it was very gross. It was very gross. And then I changed it to young man and said some other qualifiers so it wouldn't be so gross and pedophilic.
And that's really...
And then it was like a moderator has flagged you.
Oh, they're like, you've crossed the line.
Can't do this. I was like, oh, wow. Okay, well, that's good. Because it's interesting, though, like, because the bot would do it. The bot will do anything. It's like they needed a person to actually come in. Because what did I put in there? I didn't say little, like, children's underwear. I didn't say anything that would, I just say panties, I guess. And then what ended up getting through was / imagine a young man in a farmhouse looking at a drawer full of white clothes crying. So if you go on our Instagram, you can see what I ended up choosing for that one.
You didn't want to use sticky moms looking at a computer?
I did. So yeah. So we talked about how we hate Paddington Bear, we hate marmalade, and
I hate being sticky.
Rachel the baker hates sticky stuff. She hates even just like icing and stuff.
She brought it up last night at our book group meeting, and it was a thing.
I was like, guys, I learned something about Rachel today that I never knew before, and I was like, she hates sticky stuff even though she's a baker.
I'm having another visceral reaction.
She looks like she's cringing, like she's just cringing.
I want to barf.
She looks like she's getting that saliva underneath your tongue where you're about to barf.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, sorry, I'm stopping.
Honey,
but some of the other girls already knew that about you, and they were kind of like looking at me like, we knew, and I was like, you know what? Bitch, get lost.
I am about to go on a hiking trip for 5 days with some girlfriends, and I was on the phone this morning with the woman who organized it, and she was like, okay, we'll just have like PB&J every morning, and I was like, absolutely not. And she's like, okay, well then like maybe PB and honey, and I was like, absolutely not. Like, I'll just eat my meat stick, thank you very much, I'll be fine. I'll do my sunrise hike over Mount Zion on nothing rather than be sticky.
Yeah, you just need to pack like a nut bar. Are those sticky? Those are sticky.
I mean, they're a little sticky.
I'm like, they're kind of held together with honey.
I'll figure it out. Don't you worry.
You know what's crazy? Okay, we have to wrap up. We really do.
Yeah,
but
we do.
Last night at our book club, we were doing The Wedding People by Alison Espach, who I love now.
Yeah, she's good.
Oh, she's so good. And so Rachel baked a wedding cake, a 2-tier beautiful wedding cake with real berries on it and I think mint leaves and whatever, and it was gorgeous. And she's cutting the cake and everything, and somebody hands me a slice of cake, and people are confused as to why, like, I keep handing the cake to other people or whatever. I sort of whispered in Jamie's ear next to me, I'm like, I don't like cake. I'm like, don't say it. Like, obviously don't say it to Rachel that I don't fucking like cake, because she's a baker and she baked this cake for us. And then, 2 minutes later, somebody says, oh, Rachel doesn't like cake.
Oh, I don't like cake.
Rachel had a business called Rachel's Cakes.
I did.
Why did you have a business of something you don't like?
Because I'm good at it. Like, I don't need to, like, don't get high on your own supply. I don't know. I don't blame anyone for not liking cake.
Cake is so, like, 1820s.
It really is.
They didn't know how to make anything else.
No, and they also, like, peed behind their curtains and stuff, like... have indoor bathrooms. What are they like pissed in pots? What the fuck ever, dudes. Like,
I bet
you guys, you're welcome to eat your cake. And
you know what? I bet ChatGPT thinks everybody likes cake because we all pretend, and it'll never know.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't know what we don't tell anyone. Only we know by looking each other in the eyes.
I think majority of people don't like cake. Like a cupcake.
My son doesn't like cake.
I mean, Graham will eat frosting. Charlotte will eat the cake. They don't like either. One of them.
Nary has the two met. It depends on the icing. The icing that is like grainy.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Safeway icing.
No.
It's gotta have some cream cheese in it, at least.
At least. Yeah.
Minimum.
Okay, we're off subject.
Anyways,
all right.
guys. Love ya.
Yeah. And
this is our first tipsy podcast. Please don't be mean to us about this, okay? We're not going to do it every time. If you can, dude, we literally want to hear from you.
Please.
Though I don't know our email address.
Contact@writeyourheartoutpod.com.
You guys, we really want to hear from you. I would love to hear, like, how do you use ChatGPT to support you in your writing, or are you super against it? We need feedback, guys. Come on.
We do. And even if you want to write a story
Yeah.
or a poem,
Yeah.
and if you need to use ChatGPT to do it,
No.
what? Just send it in. We want to do it. Come
No,
on.
I don't- Well, you have to
Wait,
say
let's see if
it.
Kayla can sense it. Ooh, can she sniff out your
Okay,
ChatGPT?
send us 2 poems or 2
Yes.
stories, 1 ChatGPT and 1 your own, and see if I can tell. And I can tell. It's
Oh
so
my
hard.
God, can you tell? Is there going to be dashes
If
in
I
it?
can't tell, you will have like totally crushed my ego under your heel.
Wait, what's it called? An M dash?
Oh my word.
Okay, goodbye.